G'day, welcome back. 30th of July today. Weather's not too bad, no fog today. We had fog yesterday morning. We are emptying the silo bag this morning over at Woodlands. I'm just going to cart it back with the chaser bin and get it back in the, just drop it in the mother bin. We've got a field bin there that's empty too if this won't all fit. Yesterday, I was half thought about doing a video yesterday but didn't. I went out, our local Trimble dealer, they had a bit of a launch, I don't know what you would have called it, where they had a few machines there on the south side of the river here in Victoria. There was a couple of guys there that are sort of gurus on the field level 2 stuff, which is the system we're running in the laser bucket. So I just went out for an hour and had a yarn to them and picked their brain. Probably didn't get too much info, to be honest. Yeah, so it'll just once the job dries out and we get it up and going, it'll there'll be a few phone calls and a bit of learning going on. What else? So actually, I mentioned on the last one, I had sort of touch base with Matt Jackson from the Jackson Brothers. So I actually spoke to Matt yesterday. Hell of a nice bloke. Like really forthcoming with info, and we just sort of we were having the same issues, I suppose, with well, not issues, but yeah, with cameras and sound quality, and but yeah, really good, really forthcoming with information. I picked his brain about their website, and I see one of you guys have commented about asking him about their hats, because their hats fit well apparently. So I did actually ask Matt about where they were getting their merch and that from and what they were doing. So he's got a few more pieces of the puzzle with editing, given there's a handful of them with cameras, so that adds another layer of complexity. So but yeah, really nice fella, really good to sort of bit of a fanboy moment, I suppose. I've been watching along what they've been doing for a few years now, so it was really nice of him to call. So back onto this job. So Tony's just poking around doing a few jobs. We've got a few piles of sticks that need pushing up and burning. We've got a heap of spraying to do. So we've got a control valve on the boom that needs replacing, so he's going to do that while I muck around and cart this back. I brought the bin round the road on the bitumen when I came round. It's probably going to be too wet to go through the farm, which is a fair bit shorter. So I'll just see whether I poke along quietly through the farm, so I don't cover everything in mud. It is pretty damp underfoot now, which is fantastic. Paddy, it's exactly what we wanted. But yeah, it's for this job, it's not ideal. So so there's probably going to be two binfuls here. 3 binfuls, I reckon, here to get this cleaned up out of the road. We had a couple of layers of plastic over the top of it. It actually looks quite good when we open the end of the bag up, apart from don't pay any attention to that crap there, but inside the bag it actually looks pretty good, so that's going to be nice. So this stuff will go down to Western Victoria. I've got clients down there that are going to take it, so we'll get this going, and then we'll poke home quietly and try not to make too much of a mess. We're away. I just had to get it where the knife is there to split the centre of the bag. Just got a hook on the bottom of it. I just had to stop it and lift it up over the hook to get it so the knife's working on the plastic. Touch wood, easy going. First binful. I did come through the farm slowly. It's sticky enough, but it's definitely going to be a bit quicker. Anyway, we'll just poke along through there quietly, unload this, and then want a quick cup of coffee, and then go again. I just rolled the lid back on the mother bin, and there's a bit of, I don't know whether you can see, just along the ledge there where the door seals, is a bit of wet, ordinary stuff, so that doesn't smell real good. Anyway, enjoys. We're getting there. Bit of mucking around with this corn job, but anyway, a 1,500 tonne silo or 1,000 tonne silo would be really good, but we're not at that point yet. little bit, put it in a corner. Good. So what I'll do is probably take the bag at home and it'll be a bit, I'll need to telehandle the bucket. I had to bring the forks over on the little tractor to, we had bars of hay stacked on the plastic, got the plastic blown away, so I'll have to bring the telehandler back and I'll shovel up that last little bit and yeah, it's all cleaned up. All done. We had a bit of an oopsie with the bag here right at the end. It got caught, but there's probably only a couple of bucketfuls left, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm sort of mucking around here for a little bit trying to get it to pick it up. So yeah, we'll get it cut off and we'll head home. Last load. So yeah, a little bit of shoveling. There's a bit of wet, crappy stuff in the bottom of that end of that bag. So yeah, I did sort of just shovel it into the bucket and then just spread it out in amongst the trees there. The lambs will probably pussy ground and pick it up. So yeah, we'll unload this and then I'll still a bit of daylight left. It's only, what is it? It's just on 4 o'clock. So yeah, I might give it a wash while I'm going, and yeah, we can run it back in the morning. Then I can sort of get to town because Tony lives in town, so I can get to town and just this side of town, and then I'll get him to escort me through town. Yeah, can't see behind it very well. It is wide enough, this thing. So yeah. Anyway. Hasn't been too bad. It's all sort of gone to plan. It's just taken all day to do it. But anyway, we'll sort of, as I think I mentioned on the last one, we're just trying to tick some of these jobs off and trying just to do one at a time for the time being. Yeah, Tony's just there mucking around. I think he's actually setting a vise up. We've got a bit of timber to cut up. Yeah, old trees and that sort of stuff. So he's just been setting a vise up into the tow bar of his ute so he can, he was a timber tree fella, or whatever they do, cut trees down, whatever the technical name is, in a previous life. So yeah, he's just setting the vise up so he can, you know, grab hold of the blade of the bar of the chainsaw and dress give the chainsaw a quick dress in between cutting trees up. Nice and clean. I've spent the last hour washing the mud off it, giving it a good scrub. I think the plan will be I'm going to run it back in the morning while we've got it hooked on the tractor, and then the Magnum can go back on the boom spray then. Because yeah, as I mentioned, we've got a fair bit of spraying to do, both pasture spraying, a bit of bug spraying on that canola, on those earth mites. We're going to probably give them a hit. The next few days actually looks pretty good. They're talking, I don't know, 17 degrees I think Tony said, so later in the week, so that'll work out all right. Yeah, get that back. The air seeder is still got parked after sowing, and hasn't, so I need to, it's still got a few oats in it and a bit of fert, so I need to I might hook it in on the air seeder tomorrow, hook it on the big tractor tomorrow and run it out, and it needs a wash, and we need to find some shed space of it. We're sort of got stuff jammed in holes everywhere at the moment. We need to probably have a bit of a rearrange and a tidy up. So anyway, all right, I might liaise with you in the morning, I reckon, because we're probably yeah, hasn't been too riveting so far, this one, so we'll see what we can find tomorrow. Morning. Frosty, but yeah, anyway, that's alright. We'll give this 5 or 10 minutes to warm up. I might just squirt a bit of water at the windows. They're not frosted, but they're got a bit of dew on them. Then yeah, we'll we'll get rolling. So it'll take. Can't do high speed, so we'll be, I don't know, half an hour into town probably. Won't be quite that slow, but yeah, Tony's going to meet me on the edge of town, and will escort me across the river, and yeah, we'll get it back to its home. Going to be a cracking day though. Alright, hopefully you can hear me alright. I've just met Tony. So just on the edge of Baruga. I'll just sort of have the camera rolling and show you. It's a bit tricky. We've got 3 or 4 narrow bridges to cross. We're, I don't know what we are. We've given 4 metres wide a nudge, so Tony just goes in front of me just to let oncoming traffic know we're oversized, and then yeah, we work on channel 40 on the UHF, and we can talk to the trucks and let them know what's going on, but we'll have to block the bridges. So yeah, it gets a bit, can be, most of the time it's good. Sometimes you'll get cars that are a bit like a moth to a light. They just, yeah, don't pay attention to what's going on, and yeah, it can get a bit ordinary at times, but anyway, 90% of the time it's pretty good. We'll have to block the bridges too.
Yeah, all 3?
Yeah, better, yep.
Roger.
Where it starts to get tricky, the road gets narrow and dealing with parked cars and southbound Cockroach Causeway.
I'll let you know when I've got it blocked.
Yeah. Some of the locals, we've got the first bridge here.
Yeah, I think that little black car's the last car. It's got it blocked.
We've got a little bridge here. The first bridge comes out of the town of Baruga. A few locals that want to put a roundabout here. They're making a nightmare for oversize and trucks. It's just not the room, but anyway. Righto, so Tony's got the traffic blocked for me at the other end, so we've got all the road. Makes it tricky over here because they've put this cable barrier along each side of the road, and it's a it's a built up road anyway, so there's a bit of a drop off over either side, so we don't have heaps of room. Some people wave, some people don't.
Currently got the main bridge blocked.
So this is the bridge over the Murray River. Sometimes, like this little white car just drives past the escort vehicle. That's what we've got to deal with, but they pay no attention. Anyway, that's hopefully the worst of it, fingers crossed. I have mentioned and people have asked about me doing showing where we live. I should like the towns that where we live and oh shush. Yeah, so I should so this is Cobram, not that you can't see too much, but anyway, this is sort of one of our main towns. Yeah, where we sort of services the farm and where the kids go to school and that sort of stuff. So anyway, we'll get through here. I just thought I'd show you that, show you how it works and what goes on, but yeah, relatively simple most of the time, but it can be a real pain in the backside if people don't pay attention to what's going on quite most things. We have arrived at our destination. What's going on? Where's your mate? Come on, puss puss. What are you doing? You're very tubby. Yeah, he's a bit weird. He's a bit weird. Better go and do something. Can't sit around patting cats all day. So I just got I gave the tractor a quick wash when I got home. Just cleaned the windows. Just had a cuppa. Got the boom spray on, so I'm going to run it out the back. And yeah, Tony's been over cutting a few trees up and yeah, pushed a few piles of stuff up to burn. So I'll get this out and then yeah, he can run me back here and. Yeah, I'm not too sure which direction I'll head then, whether I put the spreader on and get these couple of loads of urea out, or yeah, put the hair seeder on and start and get it tidied up and get it back in the shed. How good's the weather? So I've decided to go with hooking the air seeder up and getting it cleaned up. But we've got a problem, Houston. Our tyre that we had the oopsie with at sowing time and we've had fixed is flat. So I might have to grab the fuel trailer with the air compressor and bring it over. We'll get a bit of air in him. I don't know what to do, whether we order a new tyre for it now and then just do it and it's done. Because yeah, it was a brand new tyre. Anyway, we might get on to our tyre guy and see what he can do for us. And then I've got a tyre, if you watched the last video, I think, or the one before, that tyre and rim is off the chaser bin, so it's up on blocks. So I've got a tyre being put on the proper rim for there so we can get him back there. But yeah, we need to get it washed. We've got a bit of a crop growing here, a bit of a multi-species. So yeah, get it cleaned up, and it does have a few oats left in it, so I'm just going to run them out on the pasture on the loosen here. They won't hurt. One thing I've been thinking about is these. We were going to re-bush the tines back at the start of sowing. We couldn't get the bushes, was the reason we decided not to. So what I'm thinking about, and they've got a pin. Guys that have been watching along, you'll know what I'm talking about, but they have a special pin in them. What I'm actually thinking about doing, and that pin was about $50. What I'm thinking is when it's got a thread in either side of it, so that bolt there is effectively only 25mm long on either side. What I'm thinking is seeing whether we can get a bolt that matches the inside diameter of that nylon bush, and then do away with that pin. And what we could do is, and it would take a bit of time to do it, but because I think there's 200 of them, 180 at the very least. Drill that, put that bolt in the lathe and drill it, and put a grease nipple in it so we could actually grease these things, because that's a bit of the issue, I think, with the dust and that they're running dry. I don't know, that may create, you can imagine dust and grease and grit. It might speed the process of deterioration up, but those pins are too bloody expensive to be only getting 3 or so years out of them. So even if we just ran them dry and put a bolt in there, a bolt will be $5 or $6. So may look at doing that. The problem is when you take, and I'll find you one so I can show you. There's one there. So that plate has actually got a square hole. So the pin's square on the end of it. I think so the pin doesn't spin. What we could do is, though, to alleviate that, if one, we've got to try and drill that round, but two, on whatever plate we've got the head of the bolt, we could just weld a bit of stuff so the bolt can't spin. So looking at that sort of looking at doing something like that. I don't know what's going on here. We've got a couple of tines that are right up. Sort of a deal. The things you find. So anyway, we'll grab an air compressor. It is nearly lunchtime too, so we'll get a bit of air in this tyre, and then it'll nearly be lunchtime. I've got a couple of meetings this arvo, so we'll see how the arvo turns out. We might be very close to the end of this video, but anyway, we'll see how we go. A little bit like watching paint dry. I don't know what's going on, whether it's just we've got air coming out from around the valve. I don't know whether it has got a tube in this tyre. I don't know whether it's just with it being down and there's air between the tube and the rim. I'm hoping that's all it is. Anyway, we'll get a bit more in it and then we can at least get it moved. But I know that's only just some mud. But yeah, whether it's got a patch around here where the split was, they re-sleeved it on the inside. Whether that's let go, a bit it's leaking, I don't know, or it may very well be the valve in the tube. So anywho, we'll get it pumped up and get it moved anyway. That'll be a start. Alright, end of the video. Yeah, it's about 10:30, so football meeting, and then had to go to Duneliquin, which is about an hour and 15 from here. Young Molly had a school performance over there, so went over there and back again, so haven't been home that long. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, a new camera arrived today. and microphone. So stay tuned. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.